Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine. The first two cards that I pulled for you guys are Gentle and Planning from the Untold Messages of the Heart. And what we have is somebody who has been keeping their distance, not really sure if it's the right time to come back into your life and have a reunion, but they are making plans. I know that I want you in my future, and I am working on making plans. So there might be some sort of surprise headed your way. All right. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you enjoy that as well. Calm spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. All right. We are going to grab just a couple more from the Untold Messages of the Heart, and then we'll dive into the tarot. And a special shout out to Bob for asking me to define what normal is on my community post that I just posted. Oh, hello. Yes, good afternoon. We have choice. I'm trying to make a very difficult decision and it involves you. So this could be somebody who somewhere along the line after meeting you and maybe even falling in love with you decided that they had to go a different path. And wherever this path took them, they've found that it hasn't really worked out the way that they wanted it to. But there may be some sort of expectation from a family member or a partner, or even something tied to, say, their beliefs. Maybe they're pretty traditional or conventional and feel a need to be there for somebody or a situation that you're not really aware of. For some of you, there also could be some sort of like trying to protect you from someone who may be very jealous. Well, I think this is what I just said. Somewhere along the line, we had a mistake that was made, a wrong turn on that path or that journey. I made the wrong turn, and honestly, the grass wasn't greener over there. Somebody's also feeling a little bit of confusion. We have, I don't know what has happened between us. If you're confused, I'm confused too. Rendezvous. Yes, there are definitely plans being made. This person says, I want to see you. Unrequited. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. So maybe it's been a particularly long time since you've seen each other or had a conversation where it didn't feel like someone may be paying attention to you guys. You know, like maybe you saw each other in a public space and it was a little bit uncomfortable for someone to, have the conversation they wanted to have with you. Well, this person's made the decision, I think. I'm trying to make a very difficult decision and it involves you. Could be something kind of peripheral to actually wanting to be with you, right? Well, I know I love you. I know I want to be with you, but maybe, you have a different lifestyle. Maybe you live in a different place. Maybe you have really difficult, like, family or friends. Maybe one of you dated the other one's friend. But we have, I love you. Yes. And I'm ready to take a leap of faith and risk it all for you. Now, I feel like the very last reading I did was risking it all for you. This same card came out. So if you already watched that, this could be a continuation of the same reading. If you haven't seen it, you might want to watch it. If you were there live with me, when I went to go end the stream, it kept giving me an error. So I think it added like 9 minutes of like dead air. So I'm sorry if you got stuck with that. But this is somebody who's serious. They are not stuck in a state of confusion in terms of how they feel. They're trying to figure out how to make it real. All right. We're going to continue with the Bianco Nero. So the post that I posted today, I'm standing outside of a general store, and that general store has been around since I think it was 1892. And my, let's see, great grandfather and grandfather used to go there along with my father. And they make some of the best fudge I think I've ever had. So after I do this reading, I'm going to be eating some probably orange cream fudge. That was the one that I was pretty excited about. All right, we have Page of Wands and Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is clarifying the card that was talking about making a difficult decision, which makes a lot of sense, right? So we have somebody who is really taking a long look at that wand. Like, I don't know, is this the right thing? I think I'm going to do it. Now, Page of Wands can also be a card that talks about communication. For some of you, this could be in 3 days, 3 weeks, or within 3 months, but I really feel like it's going to be like sooner rather than later. It's going to come down to how much does this person have to handle or manage before they feel comfortable to come towards you. But I'm saying the 3 number because we have the 3 pyramids in the back. But this looks like somebody who's pretty resolute, right? I've figured out what I need to do. I've also managed to get a 6-pack. I'm ready. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, indicating that even if this has been kind of a long time since you've spoken or since they've been able to really like make this decision, there's a sense of urgency now. They may feel like something happening in your life has kind of jolted them into action. I think they feel like they've lost you. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician in the reverse. So we may have had somebody here who didn't feel like, they had the resources, right? Maybe they needed to address a job situation. Hello, lady. How are you? Maybe they felt like they needed to resolve some toxicity in a friendship or a family relationship. I think it was primarily money related because we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out at the same time. Now, the other thing with the Ace of Pentacles, you can see there's like a nice little arch, right? With it being in the reverse, I feel like there was a sense that focusing on the money matters too long or not taking action on it fast enough resulted in this person feeling like something changed for you, either how you felt, how you spoke, how you interacted, or possibly even like where you are. They're threatened in some way that they have lost you for good. And it's making them feel like they have to find a way to come, you know, face to face with you and have a conversation and explain what happened. Aw, movies. That sounds like a great way to spend Black Friday. I watched a pretty good movie last night. It was called Finding Home. I didn't have very high expectations for it, but man, it was just charming. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, I think she just flipped over. instead of falling out, which I consider to be hidden energy. And I feel like this is somebody here who has put a wrench in the plans. This could be one of the, delays that have really kind of put this, it feels like a masculine, but it doesn't have to be, this person in a situation where they feel like they took too long, they sabotaged a situation. So we also have the Nine of Cups flipped over for some reason. It might have been flipped over at the same time. This Nine of Cups is suggesting we had somebody that was maybe a little too focused on independence, doing their own thing. This could have been somebody who, it didn't matter how amazing you are, because you're obviously amazing. They were not ready to do what they felt you would have expected or what they actually felt they wanted with you. Now, I think more likely it was the first and then it grew into the second, meaning I think they knew you had boundaries, you had like standards, and they knew if they wanted to have anything with you, it was going to have to be the right way. And maybe that inspired them to ghost you because they weren't ready to do that work. And then they fell harder for you in, dealing with the absence. But it could have also been knowledge right at that point. Like, I'm not ready to do this right now, even though I do know I'm like madly in love with this person, right? Because we have unrequited. I'm not sure if we both feel the same way. And I love you right next to each other. So for some of you, that's doubting whether or not you feel that way. It could be for all of you, honestly. But for some of you, it could have been they didn't feel that way and then it grew, right? So we have strength in the reverse. And this is clarifying unrequited. Someone may have been, too tempted to hang out on Tinder for a little bit, or maybe just a little bit too preoccupied with doing the single thing, not even necessarily dating around, but like, I just want to have my time to myself. I don't want to answer anybody. I don't want to like have to send a good morning text, any of that shit. But I think what really resonates off this card is somebody had a fear of rejection because we have, I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. So for some of you, that was just not really wanting to acknowledge that they felt something for you. And for others of you, that was, I don't see how you could have feelings for me. Like, there's definitely some fear here, like fear of rejection. So they may not have felt as confident as you come off, right? We have the Star in the reverse. And this is, for me, communicating somebody feels like their muse has left the picture. Somebody feels like they can't heal, or that your healing energy isn't in their life anymore and they feel that void. For others of you, you may be the kind of person where you walk in their room and you don't even have to really like say anything. Maybe you just laugh at somebody's joke and it makes everyone else smile, right? You have a contagious laugh. Maybe you just have a positive energy and it influences people around you in a positive way. And this person, maybe they haven't been able to find that in anybody else, right? So we have yes, and then I'm ready to take a leap of faith and risk it all for you. There's that Queen of Swords. Someone has had a change in perspective. With this Eight of Swords in the reverse coming out with the Queen of Swords, there's a possibility here that we have somebody that changed their perspective because of somebody in their life that has been a little controlling, a little bit emotionally manipulative, maybe even a little bit cruel. I've got to say, this is one of my least favorite Queen of Swords. And if you've been watching my channel, you know, in the Egyptian tarot, probably one of my all-time favorite cards, the Queen of Swords. This one is the kind of Queen of Swords that gives off the kind of bitter, angry, jealous kind of vibe. So I feel like there could have been somebody that assumed you were that kind of energy and that somebody else in their life was the kind of energy I was just describing. You know, the kind of person that can put a smile on your face even when you've had a really hard day. But maybe spending time with, we could even refer to this as a copycat or somebody who was, you know, wearing a little bit of a mask, trying to come off as more of a fun loving spirit. That experience of not having you and maybe having somebody else in their life or having, you know, a family member that was a little bit too controlling, it's really shown them what they're missing. It's really shown them how they felt about you. So if they didn't have feelings before, those have developed. If they had them before, they're no longer willing to hide them because they know now that they've experienced, you know, knowing you but not having you in their life, that it isn't an energy that you can easily duplicate or replace. We have the Six of Swords and the Fool, and I love this energy together because this is somebody taking a leap of faith and risking it all for you. This is, I'm choosing to remove myself from a situation that isn't happy. I'm taking a big risk here and making a change that actually will solve some of those struggles that I've had. And with the Fool, this is something that feels like they could lose everything, right? Like he's got a knapsack. Maybe he had to leave everything else back home, you know? Hello, Wave. What's the question you have? I mean, I don't really do the like, hey, hit me up and I'll answer your personal question, but I definitely feel like, ooh, I definitely feel like this is one of those kinds of readings that could apply to a pretty large group of people. So make sure to just take what resonates for you or fit those roles however they make sense, right? Ooh, we've got the Two of Pentacles clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And I like this. It's like somebody went through a situation that made them feel like they had lost a big opportunity or lost a gift. But down here, we have somebody, I think, kind of analyzing what's in my life, what's important, what am I willing to sacrifice so that I can have a second chance at what I thought I had lost. So we have the Three of Pentacles, clarifying kind of the Magician in the reverse, but I'm going to count this as hidden energy because it didn't fall all the way out. We've got, I think, somebody who is working on a major move without letting anybody know. Because normally with the Three of Pentacles, you have multiple people here working together. This can be a card about colleagues or a company. And this is somebody who is willing to do the heavy lifting to make the changes they need to create this masterpiece. You know, he's a sculptor working his butt off, butt dimples, so that he can achieve what he needs to. Now, beyond that, we also had the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and then the Three of Pentacles. So there's progression here. I think there's definitely been like a leveling up or ascension, definitely some sort of ego death here, right? Yeah, no, I don't really do that, but I do offer personal readings. So let's see what the magician in the reverse is. Because, magician in the reverse can be about somebody who feels like they don't have the um, resources, which I really feel like this is with the Four of Pentacles. But it can also be somebody who is kind of stuck in like a negative thought pattern, right? So if there were issues with fear of rejection here, this could be like just not having the strength to say something to somebody, even though you're face to face, right? The Four of Pentacles, though, can be about needing to save your money. So somebody may feel like what they need to do here is kind of demonstrate in a serious way that they aren't messing around, right? Because if they had at some point made you feel like you were not good enough, they want to prove to you that they aren't just, selling you a bill of goods. This is how they feel about you. But we also have one, two, three, four pentacles, more progression. It's like this person is determined. No one's taking them off their course. They are going through all of the proper steps. I think we had the word proper somewhere. Yeah. I am working on making the proper plans. So they're not missing anything. So if you feel like it's been a really long time since you've spoken, it probably is because they've had a lot of a lot of shit to shovel. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. So this could have been a situation where because this person was kind of operating out of a place of fear, or maybe even a place of pushing away a lot of people, they may have been a little bit cutting with their words. I would use the word like acerbic or antagonistic, like they wanted to push you away. They wanted you to leave them alone. And I feel like this is something they've thought about. I could have said something better or like more respectful in that situation. I wish I hadn't gone to like that extreme. Maybe there was something they said that they didn't actually feel, but they really just wanted to like sever ties so that they could deal with whatever was going on. Because I do feel like there was emotions already brewing inside of this person. They may not have been fully aware. They may have been, too focused on what was going on. This looks like somebody who's gone through, several battles. Maybe your person has lost someone in their family. Maybe they had a really difficult betrayal by a friend or a loved one. There's something here that I feel like they really needed to heal from before they felt like they could actually express to you how they feel. Betrayal. Somebody betrayed your person. I feel like your person went through a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, really struggling to get out of bed in the morning because of something they found out. There might have been some sort of pretty serious, like legal situation or emotional manipulation, sleeping with your best friend, something along those lines. When they found out what happened, whatever manipulation that I believe this Queen of Swords did, I think it was especially painful because they knew they had treated you wrong knowing this information. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. I think they had some misconception about you that was told to them by somebody they trusted. Now, this could have been, you know, that person sleeps around, that person has a disease, that person has children they didn't tell you about, that person is, a witch, that person is a cheater. I think there was an attempt to specifically separate the two of you by a third party, or maybe even two people that wanted to keep you apart for their own reasons. And there was an opportunity for your person to do some investigation or really look into this, but they didn't. And they regret not doing their own research when they were given this information about you that was, not true. Or maybe it was like a little kernel of truth and then exploded, like fairy tale style. All right, we're going to use the situations deck. For some of you, there might have been both legal issues and an ex-partner. This could be a divorce that you didn't realize had gotten messy or got kind of drawn out. Maybe they didn't even tell you that they had been married. So we have soulmate. This person views you as their soulmate. They may have felt that way for a long time, but it definitely has, become something that they're more convinced of as of late. They may have been, using a fake profile to watch your social media, asking friends that know you to, check up on you. Okay. Yeah. I think for a pretty good percentage of you, especially because these came out while I was saying this, there was a trickster that was either like a brother or a friend that was asked to get information, maybe to see how you still feel about this person, maybe to see if you're single, maybe to see, do you still work at, gas station off of 95? Whatever it is, I think somebody that was jealous of your person because they know there's a strong connection between the two of you, who was asked to be a good friend and decided he wanted to eat that piece of pie instead. He likely had feelings for you as well, but had not expressed them. And definitely, I don't think um, was honest with this brother, friend, colleague, whatever it was, that was maybe in a position where they could get information on you. So we have trash in the reverse. So what was initially perceived as a loss with this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse may have been a larger encompassing situation. This might have been a situation where somebody felt like multiple things in a row were going poorly for them. They got laid off, they had to move to a different place because their lease went up. Multiple things that were frustrating them. They maybe really had to focus on balancing out the finances after a situation here. But I also feel like there may have been hesitancy to lose whoever this person was that betrayed them. And it was hard for them to actually put the final nail in the coffin with the situation because maybe there was still some lingering sense of, I want to care for you, or I still love you, I just don't want to be with you, kind of thing, that made it difficult to actually end it. But with trash in the reverse, I feel like it's like, I understand what can't be, but I don't have to be, despondent for 6 months over this. It's like getting to the point where you accept whatever is not for me will not be for me, and whatever is meant for me will find me, right? So if I'm taking steps towards what I actually want in my life, it's going to be a lot better for me. And I can't just sit here and get stuck every time I lose something, right? We have synchronicities in the reverse. So I feel like somebody was doing what they could to ignore their intuition or the signs around them, especially with the King of Swords in the reverse, because that would be like somebody who's downright callous, someone who's very head over heart. I don't really want to hear your sob story. I'm not going to donate to your charity kind of person, right? I put this as a hashtag, but I wasn't sure for sure if it was divine feminine. It's for sure divine feminine. Now, keep in mind, you guys, when we're talking about feminine and masculine, these are energies, okay? If you are, top of your game, you have both divine feminine and divine masculine, okay? So make sure you're placing the energy where it goes. So we have divine feminine that has awakened, whatever the word is. I think it's awoken. This King of Cups who is stuck. And it's making whoever thought they could lay claim to this King of Cups jealous. So it could be that some of this planning or difficult decision making is trying to do something in a way that doesn't call a lot of attention, because there may be a pretty feisty energy here that would literally throw hands with you. Like, if I'm going to see you, I'm going to punch you kind of thing. So this person might have to be very cautious in terms of how they make that transition, right? You don't want to just, all right, I'm moving out. Right next door. Yeah, right here. I'm going to shack up with that lady. What's up? Yeah, because there's definitely something here about this jealous person having an ear to the ground, trying to keep up on what's going on in this masculine's, I think, life, to try to anticipate when he's going to make a move on who she maybe already knows that he's in love with, right? All right. We're going to go with the Kipper. All right. Ooh. Expectation. So I do feel like this feminine energy that is looking to retaliate or is maybe a bit of a drama queen had the expectation that she had already won. Maybe she felt like she was going to be, kind of taken care of, not need to work. And whatever happened, she, I think, is kind of going through a little bit of a difficult, acceptance in terms of now she probably has to take care of herself, right? So we have community. I feel like what this is saying is somebody is in the absence of a partner that they thought would take care of them, having to lean on others, maybe looking to move back in with parents, move in with a sister, sleep on someone's couch. Yeah, because we have house. When this card comes out, this generally speaks to somebody changing their address. And it feels to me like your person is this official person. So this could be somebody who literally works in the legal system. This could also be somebody who's just well respected in the community. Maybe they're a business owner, maybe they're the matriarch or patriarch of the family. But this is somebody who takes care of those around them. They may be a little bit kind of like money over quality time together kind of thing. Like, I'll make sure you have all the clothes that you need and the food that you need, but I might not make it to your soccer practice kind of thing. Yep, what I just said, but like again. Wealthy man. Occupation. This is, I think, that jealous energy. Somebody is realizing now they need to find a place to live and they need to find a job. Hmm. So imprisonment is coming out underneath official person. Now it goes expectation with the lady sitting in the window, official person, imprisonment. So I feel like this feminine energy felt like she had successfully trapped this official person. Maybe there was a baby trapping situation. Maybe there was some sort of lie told in terms of like, I'm pregnant, but I'm not really pregnant. This person thought she had cornered this official person into basically taking care of her. We have thief in the reverse. I think there was some sort of speculation at the community level here as to like if this relationship had ended, there may have been a lot of gossip or people trying to figure out what the situation was, especially if we have an official person, right? A wealthy man. You're going to get a little bit more attention, right? And there may have been some accusation that this feminine energy made against this official person, or possibly even against you or whoever aligns with divine feminine. And with thief in the reverse, I feel like either this masculine or this divine feminine have been cleared of some sort of like stupid claim just to try to, piss you off. All right, I guess that's all we get from the Kipper today, you guys. All right, we're going to continue with the little guys. These are the miniature Rider-Waite. So we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. This is about moving past the difficulties that have happened to you and focusing on what you want to do going forward, remembering that there are still opportunities that are going to come your way. We have the Magician in the reverse. So another reference to somebody feeling like they just didn't have the right resources or the ability, the strength to do what they wanted to do. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So remember, we already had the High Priestess in the reverse come out. Here it is again with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. When we're clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, this feels to me like somebody wanted to ruin or spoil an opportunity. Somebody wanted to influence your perception or this masculine energy, this King of Cups perception, so that they would not follow their intuition or do what, make them happy. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, Justice in the reverse. Empress in the reverse. Wow. This could be somebody who also has ties to law enforcement or the legal system. This could be somebody who is used to getting their way, not really getting told no very often. But this is also somebody who would come across as kind of like the opposite of motherly, right? Like not necessarily very sharing, not kind, not willing to, give them or give you the shirt off their back. This is not good energy. Retaliation is definitely something this person would be capable of because injustice is a prominent attribute for them. We have 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Just like we were saying over here, this feminine energy is having to find a new place to live and needs to get some money pretty quick. Eight of Swords in the reverse, please. Yeah. Eight of Swords in the reverse is clarified with Page of Swords in the reverse, which is often seen as legal issues. So somebody may have recently been cleared of a charge, cleared of an accusation. There may have been some attempt to incriminate a former partner in order to, be a petty Betty. But whatever lie they tried to plant, whenever they tried to make seem like the truth, was indefensible. Hey, Christina! I was just telling my parents about you. You're my Dr. Pepper buddy. So we've got somebody here who is trying really hard to, I think, make somebody else look guilty, and they failed to do so. So this could have been like trying to get more favorable divorce proceedings, or just trying to make somebody's life difficult, right? Tell me about the Four of Pentacles, please. Interesting. You guys, I love this. We have Tower in the reverse and the Six of Wands. And what I heard was like a different kind of success. Somebody is looking at their life and thinking, I've invested so much of my time in making money or, kind of superficial relationships. That's not what victory is. That's not what having a good life is. I need to work on the things that are actually meaningful in my life. And it's kind of like, I think he even referenced it yesterday. It's kind of like that movie with Nicolas Cage, The Family Man, where he comes to the conclusion that being, really obsessed with money wasn't really a good idea. Now that we're approaching Christmas, I suppose I could also reference Scrooge. Somebody is deciding they don't want to continue down the same path. They want to choose something that actually makes them happy. That's why we have this Fool energy here with the Six of Swords. They know wherever they're going, it's going to be much happier. There's a sense now that this person can see that when they were doing kind of like the hot and cold or just like superficial relationships, it only caused more drama in their life. When they fled from the things that they wanted to do, or when they were not consistent with what they wanted, it ended up making things more difficult for them. Tell me about the Thief in the reverse. So whatever somebody said that was incriminating might have been something along the lines that you were holding something or keeping something that wasn't yours. But we have Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think there's some sense that there was evidence or proof that directly contradicted whatever this person was trying to say. With the King of Cups, we have King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person was unable to express their emotions because they knew that you would require a really stable or like secure offer, something solid, right? And they really were not ready to give that to you. With Hierophant in the reverse, there may have been some pretty significant differences in terms of your beliefs or how you want to live your life. Maybe you really want to get married and they don't. Something along those lines that seems less important now. But this could also signify that somebody knew they needed to end a relationship before they could come towards you and have a meaningful relationship with you, right? Tell me about High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah, somebody, well, the Queen of Swords energy, the kind of retaliatory one, she was expecting an ending. And so she figured if she had insight into this happening, she could kind of control the situation. She probably knew that this person was attracted to somebody else, maybe even dug up some information on that person. But with High Priestess in the reverse and interview over here, there was a sense that they wanted to throw you off the scent, right? And make it so that you didn't talk to this person anymore. In other words, you and your person didn't communicate anymore because they knew that they had to stop something or it was going to end. All right, we're going to get a couple of cards from the Zodiac fortune telling and then we'll call it a day. I don't. I'm kind of boring. I have something more hydrating. Your life partner will be somebody of strong will. A woman is coming between you and your beloved. Well, that about sums it up right there, guys. She's right there. She might have cat eye glasses. You are inclined to make people happy. Forgive someone now and don't trust again. I'm going to say that one again for the people in the back. Forgive someone now and don't trust them again. Whoever this person is, they literally brought out the 10 of Swords. This is like the worst betrayal you can do to somebody. Everyone deserves forgiveness, but not everyone deserves access back into your life. But don't trust them. This is not somebody who has changed. This is somebody who still wants to hurt you. But we also have wish answer of yes. So I feel like that aligns with this, right? There's something here, like a light at the end of the tunnel for these people that have had to deal with a lot of drama just to be able to say, I love you. So I hope you don't have to wait too long for that conversation. It feels like it's going to be a little difficult at first. So remember to be patient. Remember that we all go through difficult things, but you got to look for the intent, right? And you've got good discernment, so you'll be just fine. I'm going to go hang out with my parents and my kitty cats. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and that YouTube actually lets me end the stream.